We have our draft here on the screen. Team Unknown on blue, Royal Blue on red. Shazbot, remember that.
It's going to be harder than it sounds.
Anivia again banned out on the side of Royal Blue Esports, but Team Unknown have decided to fight fire with fire by banning the LeBlanc. More mid laners taken off the table here. If we see 6 mid laners banned in the first rotation, I think that would be a lot of fun. But big respect on the Jarvan ban.
So I guess the next question is Syndra pick ban in this? Are they giving that much respect to the Syndra? Because I wouldn't think that Syndra is that game defining, but it seems like the mid lane is moving that way. Yeah, there's the Aurelion Soul ban again.
It's all about comfort. If you're good on the champion and you're both good on the champion, you're right. Even though as a grander whole, Syndra isn't a game-breaking champion, in the hands of the right player, she could be. And so I do respect that thought there. Is it pick bannable? And what would you substitute in its stead? Especially with Team Unknown able to grab that first pick. Is that what you do? You go with your mid laner on that control mage.
Yeah, because something that is common between the bans that they've had so far and Syndra is not only that they're control mages, but that they've got far-reaching CC that can affect many people, that can take down a team fight at a range. So Team Unknown blue side gets the first pick. There's got to be a lot of thoughts going through that head. Haven't even decided what to hover yet, let alone what to pick. Looking like an Ornn top lane. Okay.
That or a jungler were exactly what they needed to see. But here we go. Instant lock-ins for Ambessa and Evelynn. And Shazbot, I know you have opinions on Ambessa. Would you like to share some?
I like Ambessa. I think even a bad Ambessa is fun to watch. I think I know a lot of people hate her. She is strong right now. She's definitely very good.
No.
Was locked in.
No.
I'm talking about Ambessa. Don't lock in Teemo when I'm talking about Ambessa, man.
We'll get back to Teemo. Please continue your
No, I'm excited to see her. If I was in this tournament, I'd be playing her. Teemo. Okay, there's a Taric. That makes more sense. So is that a Teemo jungle?
Honestly, it could be. That was the last time Teemo was played. It was in the jungle. It's very popular right now for unknown reasons, but hey, you do what you got to do to win, I guess.
For team unknown reasons, huh? I mean,
glad you saw that.
You're picking that into Evelynn. Obviously, your words are less effective into Evelynn. Are you banking on Evelynn just walking over a bunch of shrooms in the middle of the jungle to keep you protected?
Go ahead.
I don't get these teams so far. I'm not seeing the vision in either team. I like these champions, but I feel like all 3 champions on both teams are going 3 different directions. So
one of the big things in a draft that I have noticed is when you pick a jungler into another jungler, it's not the same as a mid into mid matchup or a top of the top matchup. To say that it's strong into Evelynn for whatever reason is mildly disingenuous. I think that there's an idea forming for Team Unknown that will show itself when we get our last 2 picks, as opposed to it's strong into Evelynn. But I do like the thought of planting mushrooms in those easy gank paths that are normally not warded for Evelynn's.
Yeah, and I use that example, and you're absolutely right. I'm not seeing the vision. We're seeing more pinching in mid lane.
It's all gone.
Bulba and Death are absolutely focusing on, or are being focused on by both teams. And I'm like, what does Royal Blue lock in that like puts it all together? Is it Rise? Is it?
They did lock it in.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing it, being able to teleport in with that Rift Gate, being able to split push. especially that might be the focus is if they're focusing on a heavy split push game and then having such mobile or having such stealthy champions, that is a good response for Timo to go into because he can be into many places. Swain being picked on the side of Team Unknown, a very interesting pick, very very solid team that Team Unknown has, as in well built, able to resist damage. This is going to be a very different game than anything that we've seen in PLC so far. I'm expecting a lot of wide map plays, a lot of split pushing, a lot of catching out. I think that Ezreal's a great pick for this to be able to be a little safer, and then a Samira. Interesting.
Okay. I was thinking about it when you see the rest of Team Unknown, what do you pick into that? Do you pick something that's going to try and push a little extra hard? Do you pick something like the Kaisa we saw last game or the Tristana, these typically tank busting champions, even a Kog'Maw? But instead, it is the Samira, this high skill floor champion that needs to get in close to be effective with her ultimate against champions who want you to be close. And so it's an odd, almost reverse psychology from what I can tell, because your instinct shouldn't be, let me jump on this Ornn, let me punch this Taric, let me try and get close to this Swain. And so I'm intrigued at this nearly all melee team on the side of Royal Blue.
Right. Yeah. And, every single one of these, Mbessa, Rise, and Samira are able to get in close, but kind of kite around these Tarics, these Ornns on the enemy team. And so, Timo is actually kind of making more sense if that was the vision that they thought they could stop. Credit where credit's due. Or non-credit. I predicted a very esports team from Royal Blue. That's not what I am seeing here. I'm seeing a very flexible team that is going to be pressuring things across the map constantly.
Mm-hmm. And what I see on the side of Team Unknown is a protect the Ezreal composition. You have a lot of people. Oh my gosh, that's Ezreal in the middle.
In the mid lane. Yeah.
It occurred to me just now that everything was locked in. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That surprised me.
Kidding. I wonder if that was a last second decision because the Swain Ezreal are pretty interchangeable. And the Swain with the Taric is not a matchup that I would think of right away. And I don't hate it. I think as an ADC, you have trouble focusing on where the Taric has pointed his stun to land that stun, and Swain should be focusing more on his spells and should be able to land those stuns as well. Also getting the additional armor so that when he's healing with his ultimate that he's able to stay in that fight longer. Very interesting. I think one thing that we are not going to see is Royal Blue Esports ever engaging a fair fight. I don't think we're going to see big 5v5s ever. I think it's either going to be Team Unknown doing the engaging on a fair fight, or they're going to be caught out in some way.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to say there, and that's what's so fun about looking at these games and the higher competition is you don't want fair fights.
Right.
When I ran Rated R Esports, a few people looked me in the eye and said, I want to beat them at their best. They pulled a Goku. And I said, why? Isn't the point to win the tournament? And so I like that thought that you don't expect Royal Blue to want the fair fight or Team Unknown to want the fair fight. And it's a fascinating line of thinking. I want to talk. Go ahead. Go.
Well, what I was going to say is I think it just requires this much for Royal Blue to get ahead. Unlike the last two games that they've done where they were able to kind of squeeze their opponents out, I think as soon as an Evelynn or an Mbessa starts getting that snowball, they're going to run over things. Evelynn and Mbessa have a very poor early game, and then Rise is only someone who gets faster and faster and faster. So I think if they're able to get any amount of lead, they're going to run away with the game.
Yeah, and same could be said for Samira, because until you get that Inferno trigger, your passive does give you those extra stats when you land all your spells and get your S rank, but really when compared to the power of the Inferno trigger, it's
You don't even
negligible,
notice.
let's say.
Yeah.
But her power, especially with the Nautilus, the amount of crowd control that she can then use the other part of her passive, yes, there are 3 parts, to get those extra auto attacks in when someone is hard crowd controlled. You're exactly right. The scaling ability on RBE is quite large. Game number 5 of the day. Our finals between Team Unknown and Royal Blue Esports.
Royal Blue's dancing in the mid.
Oh no.
Oh no, they're getting invaded. They don't even know.
This is actually a really good move from Team Unknown.
Okay.
They got everything they wanted out of this, except for maybe a fight. I don't know if they even wanted one.
I think Royal Blue is like, they're not meeting us in the jungle. Be very careful walking in that blue. Look at where that Nautilus is standing. They don't know if their blue is safe or not. Sorry to cut you off earlier, but that invade was very scary to have one member of Royal Blue walk in. Look at how the Nautilus is stutter stepping. Mbessa doing Mbessa things. I love Mbessa. Look at that. What a great design jam.
We can appreciate the Samsung Ezreal playing the pot for the Ghost Tiger. I'm a fan of that.
Very good stuff. I'm excited for our finals.
So notice the role swapping on the side of Royal Blue. Piano Bro was in the jungle, Mackle's on bot lane, Young Cookie as the support, and now it's completely flipped around.
Oh my goodness, look at that Mbessa dodging out that. I just love this champ. There's so much skill expression. She's a very strong champ, not gonna lie, but to be able to dodge around perceived threats is just very exciting. I'm very glad that they added someone who hopes to play Callista and allows other people to play as well.
One of the other fun things we might need to wait, because the engage is there onto Calavir. Level 2 is on the side of Royal, and Ignite onto Calavir means he's going to be in a bit of a trouble. He is going to pop that potion and try and heal up, maybe get some procs on the passive, but up on the top side, Piano Bar goes in, gets first blood, but is slowed by the pillar, and it's immediately traded back by Kodo Draco.
That is a point towards feats, though, so generally worth it.
Engage on the bottom side. Stun, flashed. Young Cookie does not get hit by it. Calavir is now low. Flash as well. Exhaust down onto Young Cookie, but look at how healthy everyone is. Pulled underneath the turret. Barrier is popped, but the turret shot is enough, and somehow in the middle lane there's another kill and another engage here. Schwoda goes in, gets the kill onto Calavir, and is engaging onto Kiroro. Gets the stun onto Schwoda, and junglers are here. Free Boss Man Jack? Free Bossman Jack, I should say, is here. They get the ward into the middle brush, damage onto Schwoda, and he flashes away. Kiroro is low. He goes down. Schwoda has 2 kills. Evelyn has shown up here. Mackles wants to get the kill onto Free Bossman Jack. He flashes away. Schwoda is still alive. Bossman Jack is in some trouble, and Mackles will pick up another kill. It's 4 for 3 in favor of Royal Blue, and we're only 3 minutes in. In fact, it's still going.
Okay, so Nautilus backs, gets a BF sword, and now what? Oh man, Royal Blue playing their bot lane very, very well, even before the fight going. Getting pulled under turret, not great, but getting a kill on Evelyn, very good. Evelyn being someone who has a very weak early game. And getting a pre-6 kill is usually the beginning of the end for most Evelyns. But absolutely, fighting.
Kodo Draco's in some trouble. Dodges out the second Q. Piano Bra has decent pressure up here on the top side, and teleport has already been expended by Kodo Draco. This is bad news for him on the Ornn.
This might be everything that we talk about, where just very bombastic champions on the side of Royal Blue getting a foothold, it might be able to secure it very quickly. Obviously, kills on the wrong players.
Engage here, dodge away. Piano Break gets another turret shot. It's another 1 for 1. It was a handshake earlier, everybody. They decided they would never get a kill unless the other one got it in return, as another 2 and 2.
That is hilarious. But here's the thing. Mbessa is someone who has very weak early game. Getting towards the end game, having a pickaxe, having a longsword, like this is Mbessa's dream. I'll go 2 for 2 any day, sure. I'm only getting stronger. Ornn really needs to do everything he can. Kodo Draco, my apologies, needs to do everything he can to slow that down. Big wax in the mid lane, but ultimately going to be walking away. Just a very exciting game. This is PLC, y'all. You don't have to tell me if that joke is getting old. I'm going to say it whether or not you like it.
One thing for sure is even if our games in the Swiss stage don't necessarily deliver on the high octane action, our finals always do. I have another engage here from Pianobra onto Kodo Draco, but Free Boss Man Jack has shown up to try and shove the wave underneath the turret so that Pianobra has to fight them there, get a good reset, and pressure probably for those Void Grubs that are spawning in now.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that space, that breathing room. The thing is with Mbessa, we saw them walk away pretty quickly, but Mbessa is still able to kind of kite in and out. Even though she's pushed away, she's able to come back very quickly. And Mbessa knows that she can't pressure Teemo, so not even trying. But yeah, look at how Kodo Draco is having to position around these minion waves. It's just a full surrender. It may look 2-2, but Mbessa, who is a stronger champion as we go, is only going to get scarier. Level 6 already has the percent armor penetration. Things are not looking good. Gets the engage for the grasp, but yeah, this is why people don't like Mbessa.
Yeah. And I do see in the chat, Schwad is how you pronounce that. Thank you, Zelda Girl, for that clarification. I know it's hard to hear your name or someone you know's name really, really mispronounced and constantly because I say names a lot. So I appreciate the heads up there. But Pianobra is going in onto Kodo Draco. He's going to dodge away.
Ooh, misses the ult.
Oh my gosh. The public execution doesn't land. Ignite goes onto Kodo Draco, but it's not nearly enough to get that third trade. But up on the top side, Call of the Forge God gets the knock-up onto Pianobra. In comes Free Boss Man Jack. He's got the blind. The shield there from Pianobra keeps him alive for just a little bit longer. But Teemo's there. Picks up the kill on the top. It's 5-5. Mackles is up on the top side. Now Kodo Draco's in some trouble. He dodges out the hate spike. He flashes underneath the turret. This guy, the ultimate will keep her alive out of the turret range. Death's Embrace.
Wow, I was so ready for Ornn to get another kill with turret, but that was a very, very well-positioned ulti, not only to get the kill, but to be safe after that. I was so ready for her to ulti straight into the wall and take another turret shot. So, gotta give it to them. Things are not looking good for Team Unknown. I honestly like a decent spread, but Evelyn getting, man, it was such a good read for Teemo to come up there at that time. But look at Mbessa still at the tower, just no fear. What is she doing?
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Oh no. Okay, never mind.
So
I subtract.
We have to another fight down here. Young Cookie is going to be caught, but they have a lot of crowd control and damage. Inferno Trigger goes down. Calavir is in the Demonic Ascension form, meaning that he's dealing damage and draining and stacking up that passive. Flash forward into the exhaust, flash forward into the stun. Calavir might just have it. He explodes the Demonic Ascension, throws out the Never Move, but it is not necessary. And Shad does make it out alive, but only just.
Man, and BTS fans everywhere are crying a little bit. That was a very well played by Calavir, being able to lock that down, being able to slow in and match the flash. Exhaust coming out from Kirora was very, very good. I liked that. I was kind of curious how Calavir would be handling a non-marksman, but they're doing well.
Pulling him in with the Never Move into the Dazzle. Do they have the damage, though? He flashes diagonally over that wall. That looked really cute. I liked that. Shad getting away with the flash.
Yeah, being able to carry Nautilus, scaring them away with his 200 health. Very, very good. Both junglers are positioned around bot lane as well, so it looks like further engage. I don't know how Team Unknown always brings the action back bot lane. Like, as bombastic as top lane is, now it looks like all the focus is bottom lane once again. Yeah, how are we looking on? We're 1-1 towards feats for epic monsters. So we're still kind of favoring the first blood going on the side of Royal Blue with the Ambessa. We really need a tracker to figure out this brand new mechanic that is so critical to the Noxus stage. But yes, moving into the next stage, we're going to have the next grub spawning in soon. Just a very interesting thing. Notice the Swain already has a Rylai's. This Samira is suffering, buying the coal, trying to lick their wounds. I think I was kind of doubting Team Unknown, and I apologize for that. I think they're holding together pretty well.
Chowspot, you need to remember you're not allowed to make calls like that.
LOL.
Oh, look at that. The mind game there from Mackles. Getting free boss man Jack close, but the kill is there. Death's Embrace will secure that. The Realmore pulls Bulba in as well. That means no grubs are taken, and we're back up to the top side where Ambessa's fighting Warren.
Notice what Evelyn has already purchased. I think this is going to be Pub Stomper Evelyn that is coming out. Going to buy the Magi is going to focus on that. Look at that.
Kodo Draco is hit with the public execution. He's still alive for now. Not in turret range this time, and the agreement has been broken, just like in the show. Sorry for spoilers.
LOL. I don't know what you're referring to, but that is okay. I love watching Ambessa. Just being able to command that as Ezreal is pushing in on that Nautilus. Man,
the root comes down onto death.
Seriously, I think this Evelyn is too much of a threat. I think everything is going fine enough for on the side of Royal Blue. Like they're not losing the other lanes too bad, but Evelyn can win the game on her own. If she's powerful enough, she can just kill someone, walk out, kill another person, walk out. She doesn't need her ultimate to make these kills. So if she manages to stack Magi's, the game might be over.
Absolutely. And what else is terrifying about it is that I mentioned as the moment happened, the mind game. At the grubs,
yeah,
Free Boss Man thought that she was coming from the river, so he went into the brush, but she was in the brush. Right. Exactly where he was going to retreat. And that was terrifying. So, Grubs and Drake traded. It's 1-1 on the Epic Monsters. And like you said,
2-1.
The first turret is going to be the decider here. If Team Unknown is able to secure that turret, then we have to wait until the third Drake spawns and then fight for that to see who gets our feats.
Right, yeah. I think right now this is...
Akos goes on to Kodo. Does get the knock up against the wall there. Mackles is trying to deal as much damage as he can. He's underneath the turret. One more shot. Last Embrace goes away, and the kill is secured. Red buff for that one, but shutdown goal goes over to Free Boss Man Jack. He's now up on the top side. He wants to do a little bit of damage here onto the Ambessa, clearing the way with the Noxus Trap. Death is here. He goes over the wall. Piano Bread will take a turret shot. Death cannot land the Mystic shots, but he doesn't necessarily have to. Piano Bread jumps away, but goes down. Shutdown gold over to Death.
Oh, man. Ambessa...
Oh, they go underneath the turret. Young Cookie is really healthy, and they pick up the kill. Shad actually gets that one. Kiroro tries to get the ultimate down, but the Cosmic Radiance is slow. Teleport for Bulba means that it is another kill for Royal Blue.
Man, that Cosmic Radius coming out a little bit too slow. It was the difference between a very healthy Swain and a very dead Swain. But, oh man, the Ambessa taking a step back towards the Evelyn. We're going to have more fighting with the Ornn. I don't think this will be enough to take him down.
I think it might. He gets the root. Kodo Draco is killed. Bulba picks that one up. And you were talked about the scaling of the Rise. Young Cookie versus Free Boss Man Jack. Marksman versus Teemo means Teemo wins.
Teemo wins. This is why you don't like him.
Absolutely.
But seriously, like the step back, Teemo's being in the right place, but I don't know. So Evelyn dying is a good thing. That means that she's losing the stacks on the potential Magi's. That means that she doesn't just roll over the game, but that we have like a 3K gold difference already. And that's scary for Team Unknown. They need a win condition here. Is that Ezreal? Is that Teemo? I don't think that is quite enough here, but I could see Team Unknown pulling this back.
First turret has been secured, giving feats of strength to Royal Blue. Calavir is in some trouble as Shad has shown up. On the way,
Ooh, I love that.
Bulba and Young Cookie. A nice never move to get some health. The Calavir is alive for now. He is going to get rooted up, flashes away, and he does make it out alive.
I liked the ability to put the slow on yourself and then be able to root rise. That was a very calm and calculated play. I appreciate that from Cal.
Shad is caught. Pianobra gets a kill up on the top side. Kodo Draco answers one back. Death doing a lot of damage onto Young Cookie. Kiroro knocked up. Inferno Trigger coming in from Young Cookie. A beautiful dredge line to get Death. Kiroro actually secures the first kill. Calavir is still alive, but only just. Mackles is here underneath the turret. Does he get it? The last embrace doesn't land. He goes underneath the turret. Shad went just a little bit too far. And Calavir is in the Demonic Ascension. He's healing a little bit. Death goes down to the dredge line. Another turret shot does not get the kill. Calavir is on the run, and he needs to be really careful because there are ways to get close and ways to get kills, and there are too many hit points on Mackles to just poke it right back. Teemo is back on the mat. Free boss man Jack sees him. Vision of Empire isn't enough, but is the toxic shot. Mackles is dead, and that fight went from the turret on the bottom side of red all the way to the base wall of blue team.
A tower, multiple kills on both sides, and we're still fighting.
Freeman Jack is here. Toxic shot has gone in. Death jumps in with the arcane shift, picks that up, and Bossman Jack picks up another.
That is a big shutdown gold on the side. Notice that Nautilus is 5-0 when he died. This is the main reason why you don't want your tank supports to have all these kills, is because their job is to go in and not care if they die. And here they are giving a ton of gold to some pretty key characters there. But I also want to bring some high praise to both supports this game. Kiroro being able to keep Swain alive for an absurdly long time with stuns and shields and heals. Not to mention securing that kill, but also just Schwad being able to land these disgusting hooks, being able to keep the fights going and getting a Samira who's kind of behind into favorable situations for that.
Edge onto Shad. He is hit with the dazzle. He jumps away with the dredge line, gets the ultimate down to try and save his life, but it is not enough. That's another kill over to the side of Team Unknown. And the engage is here from Piano Bro with Jung Cookie and Mackles. Cosmic Radiance has come down. Bulba is in, but the Cosmic Radiance lands this time. They do survive. In goes the public execution from Piano Bro. Call of the Forge God is going to get the knock up on the Bulba, but free Bossman Jack is on a rampage as the poisonous shot does kill Mackles. Engage is split. Piano Bra is caught. Calavir in a 1v2 up on the top side, but Team Unknown have done the Team Unknown special and come back in a fight they should have lost.
And in a team fight that they've unified together and took down, this Ambessa is unhinged, taking some of these fights, going into a public execution with so many people. What a great read from all of them. What a great ultimate from Tarek. I think they're still in this. Look at that. We had a 3k gold gap, and now it's almost even. Like, well done keeping it in there. I don't think the game is over with, but you know, here I was doubting the Teemo, doubting if he could pull it together, and he's got a pretty hefty kill bounty. No kill stored up for the Evelyn since the 4th kill. I think that they're in a pretty spot. I think all of the advantages that Royal Blue had going into the mid game have been pretty nullified, and Team Unknown is feeling in a pretty good position.
I agree.
More Drakes. We do have the feats already gone on the side of Royal Blue, which they do have, which has been a good indicator on who is going to win the game, but not necessarily, as Team Unknown is holding it together fairly well.
Teleport is available for Kodo Draco. It is launched. The steal almost comes through on the Rift Herald. That is going to be a big stun onto Pianobra. Mackles has to ult over the wall. Pianobra is caught, pulled in by the Swain, trying to dodge out the other way, but free Bossman Jack is unstoppable. Kiroro wants to go in with the dazzle, but they aren't close enough. They don't stop the Rift Herald, but they do pick up a kill for it, and they have pressure on a push if they'd like it.
Good response from Team Unknown. Losing the Rift Herald is not ideal, but only losing one person in the response is also okay. I don't. This Mbessa is playing one way and building another.
Kiroro might be caught like Shad was earlier. He is hooked, rooted, and murdered.
Yeah, that was very sudden. As tanky as Tarek can get, that is simply not enough for a support that amplifies damage and 2 burst characters. But yeah, it's very interesting to see the way that Royal Blue is deciding to play, taking these riskier calls on objectives and trying to, this is the part where I think you look at the map that they're starting to do their split pushes and honestly could do some damage. I would love to see a hole breaker from Mbessa right now. I think that is the key that I am missing for how Piano Bra has been playing and has been kind of been punished for it. But we'll see. There's a lot of ways that you can build Mbessa, and especially if they want to go for a split push focus. That's what they're doing. Both teams are starting to prepare for Otacon. I did not catch which Otacon it was, but
it was Ruinous.
Ruinous, interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, which is
yeah, that's Ruinous. Absolutely.
Riot, come on! I cannot forgive you for this, but very hard to remember which one is which. But looks like Team Unknown is going to be able to.
They gotta watch for Mackles.
Yeah, no
kidding.
On the
top side, he wants to get in. No, they secure it. The spine is there. Mackles is pulled in. Last embrace over the wall. They get the knock up onto Piano Bra.
Poison.
Damage is going in. He is slowed, but only a little bit. Calavir goes for the never move. Does not land it. They don't have the engage tools now that their first have gone down. Big shield for Piano Bra. He is still alive. He does not die. I'm going to guess 30 health. Man. Team Unknown secure Otacon and push Royal Blue off.
And getting 2 turrets for that as well, for distracting that. Man, I would have loved if Samira had come in and taken all of those bloody petals while the rest of the team was distracted. But Team Unknown moving as a unit meant that they didn't get picked off by the Evelyn that was absolutely posing to do the counter engage. Able to get out of there and able to secure all of those bloody petals is very, very good for the side of Team Unknown.
There was a moment there where Shad thought he was going to get death. He landed he threw down the depth charge.
Yeah.
And the arcane shift kept him away. I think Shad flashed to try and get that hook on him right at the tri-brush, but it did not land. Very, very close. If that had landed, it was a guaranteed kill because Piano Bra is there with the public execution and the ignite.
Ooh. Very scary that flash away from
might be caught again.
Kiroro brought friends this time. I think he's learned from his mistake in getting caught out there. That Teemo is very strong and can deal a lot of DPS for how long Tarek should, quote, be able to stun. Mbessa getting hit by a frog and walking away. Team Unknown going to be securing another Drake. It does not look like they will be able to respond in time, which means that'll put them on soul point. Doesn't mean that they can't do the counter fight. Yeah.
Calavir wants to play spoiler to it. That is secured. No contest on the side of Team Unknown. But now, are they split?
Ooh.
Death is in the mid lane. Free Bossman Jack almost gets hit with that dredge line, but he does not. And so they have the flank. Ezreal is on the left side coming from mid. Shad is going to be the first target. Bossman Jack is going in on him. Mackles gets the charm set up onto Death. It does hit. Ultimate from Mbessa goes wide. Death gets the kill onto Mackles. In goes the Call of the Forge God and the Cosmic Radius, which means they can dive. Knock up on to Young Cookie means he can't get the Inferno trigger. That's a triple. That's a quadra kill for Death on the Ezreal, diving the turret.
Oh my goodness, Team Unknown. What incredible, like, they were still behind before that fight, and they've just been able to just deathball it. I honestly can't think, I don't think that Team Unknown has been so deathball-y in the past, so, but I respect it. I think that they've been able to command a presence that that Royal Blue can't respond with. One thing that was very strange in the pick ban phase for Royal Blue is looking at their comp said these guys will not be able to team fight very well, and so Team Unknown has said, okay, nothing but team fights for us. We're gonna
which
stay
is where
together.
they thrive.
Exactly.
It's where Team Unknown thrives just as a play style as opposed to purely a draft thing too. So good thinking on them. The scaling as well is starting to become a problem because you have the Ornn items coming through. Ezreal is notorious for being this late game terror. Swain gets tankier and tankier and tankier the longer this game goes. He's already got the tier, meaning he's going to get even harder to kill. And if this game lasts long enough, he's probably going to get the Riftmaker, and it's going to be even worse.
Right. Looking at, if you're picturing yourself as Royal Blue, like, how do you win this game? I think the only thing that I can think of is split pushing. And that is very tough to do if they're going for Baron, which they're doing right now. How do you respond to this? This Ornn is just like, I'm going to take this.
Flash forward, and she steals the Baron!
Woohoo!
Old Smite combo with the execute means that is a stolen Baron. Holy crap, Mackles.
Okay, all right. We see you. Oh, man.
And now you get your split push wish, Shazbot. Not just the split push, but with the Baron.
The problem with doing a death ball comp is that if something goes wrong, you put all of your points into that one spot, and what went wrong? They won the coin flip, and being able to do that much damage in that little time is a scary one. Team Unknown looking to push out to try to minimize the damage of the split push, but I think Royal Blue is able to come back quite significantly. Look at the gold difference. It feels like Team Unknown is winning this pretty handily, but the amount of money that is in the pockets of Royal Blue from that CS lead, look at those CS numbers, is insane. Like, Royal Blue is no slouch in any of this.
Wait, how did he get rooted there? Doesn't matter. Free Bossman Jack is in some trouble. He is moving quick. In goes Young Cookie. Wants to proc the Inferno trigger, and Blind can't save you from that. That was 900 gold.
Oh, Timo. Oh, yeah.
I think they take this turret. I think they can. And Bessa is here to try and fight him off, but I don't know how much it'll do. Shad has shown up as well, misses the dredge line, and there it is. The Depth Charge does not land a good position on Death's knockup. Boba caught by the Never Move, bursted down, almost killed. Piano Bra is in a 1v3. Death is throwing out his skill shots. Calavir is still in the front line. Roro is here, but look at this. Mackles is coming in from behind. Death is hit with the public execution into the demonic ascension. He's popped before the cosmic radiance can come out. Boba is the next target. Shad has to flash away. Piano Bear is taking a lot of damage. Kirova gets the stun onto Mackles. Call of the Forge God from behind. Kodo Draco doesn't get the second shot. Calavir is killed. Shot down gold over to the side of Young Cookie. Kodo Draco now in a 1v3, and I don't think he can do it. He does a bit of damage, but he's not tanky enough, and Young Cookie takes him down.
Oh my gosh, it is one side, then the other. That will be a Drake on the side, but Timo is alive, and the Evelyn is dead. I don't think it's smart for this. Ambessa, what are you doing?
Wants to go in and kill that Timo.
Oh man, that's a dangerous place to be. I guess to prevent Timo from sneaking that dragon, but oh man. If that team fight had gone differently, they were pushing down that mid lane with that Baron buff, they would have been able to pop that inhibitor. Unfortunately, it did not go their way, and so here they are in this very awkward position. Royal Blue now with a handy gold lead, but kind of trying to figure out what to do. Baron buff is now expired. Did I read that right? So man, this is, I feel like this is anyone's game. This is a very exciting game. It is soul point for Team Unknown, which is why Royal Blue is standing around this dragon so much, even though they can't do much with it.
Team Unknown needs to push a lane instead. You don't need to fight for this. Just shove mid.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like that they're...
That's not what they're going to do.
Yeah. And so they're going to take the dragon and take a lot of attention away from Team Unknown. open inhibitor was pinged for the mid lane, and that does look like what the death ball is going to be rolling into. And Bessa going to be recalling. If they can get a good engage before this finishes, then they'll be in some trouble. Evelyn trying to take the money they can. I do not like how Royal Blue is split up like this. They could run this in, but they don't have a lot of minions, so we'll see.
You do have grubs, though. The Void Mites can spawn if needed, and they do take down the inhibitor immediately. Death will be the target of the charm from Mackles. He's just trying to dissuade them from being close, and I like that. Again, the mind game. Bottom inhibitor is also exposed. Do we see the push here from Team Unknown? Cosmic Radiance is off of cooldown, and Calavir has the Demonic Ascension.
See those control wards? Like, Evelyn's got to walk over him.
Absolutely, they do. Kodo Draco has ultimate as well. That is the second inhibitor down for Team Unknown, and they're just going to back it out and let the map pressure for them.
I love those control wards. Very just, absolutely taking down that flank. Evelyn, I've seen Evelyn is not a good Evelyn, so being able to just very casually take 2 inhibitors and then walk away without losing anything.
They fight here on Pianobra, Calavir and Kodo Draco versus Pianobra. It's just a couple of spells traded. She is very tanky.
Yeah, the problem is, though, is the way Mbessa is built and the stage of the game that we are at. I don't see Mbessa doing things impactful other than landing a good suppress. It's tough for Mbessa right now. She definitely has the potential to do flashy things, but the way that Team Unknown is playing, I don't see it.
Big fight. Some trouble. He is. Mackles gets the immediate assassination. Bossman Jack is trying to do some help to keep Kiroro alive. Flash. Kiroro is alive because of the dazzle, but Baron is spawning in 15 seconds. Is there enough time to go back and get to the pit?
Oh man, I don't feel like we had enough time to breathe. The last Baron just expired.
That's true. It feels like it, at least.
Right. No, seriously. And here we are fighting for Baron again. So the pressure is on to be able to prevent super minions from taking the base, while Team Unknown is kind of casually like, yeah, I guess we should fight for Baron too, huh? Able to take the red buff and kind of mosey back on in, while Royal Blue has to scramble around the map. Royal Blue, who's got like a 4,000 or 5,000 gold advantage, is really feels like on the back foot. This is just the kind of games that Team Unknown is able to craft.
The back and forth this game has been entertaining to a T. To a T. To the how do the cheerleaders spell such long words? And I don't think any of our excitement is going to go away anytime soon. We have to remember that Royal has had to be farming the super minion waves. That's why Mbessa is still on the bottom side of the map. She's had to push those super minions out and away so that they have any kind of pressure. Now, Team Unknown has started the Baron. They have eyes on Mackles. They don't want another steal, but it doesn't matter because 3/4 of his hit points just died.
Yeah, Evelyn has gotten to late game. She's purchased AP. You are not allowed to leave your squishies close to her anymore. She doesn't even need the charm anymore. Just enough time.
Shot is caught up with the dazzle, throwing down the charge. Kodo Draco wants to get the knock-up onto Young Cookie. Pianobra goes into the back line, 1v4. Young Cookie is low too, has the flash over the wall. Kodo Draco doesn't land the knock-up. Shot flashes into the Call of the Forge God. Young Cookie goes into the Inferno Trigger, but dies immediately. Pianobra wants to go in. Kiroro gets the Cosmic Radiance. 2 of them are invincible. Bulba will get the kill on to free Bossman Jack, but Mackles is in some trouble. Calavir takes him down. Pianobra goes in onto Kiroro, but doesn't have enough damage because she's a tank. Goes into a Teemo Shroom. Kodo Draco is on the chase, gets the knockup, and is trying to get the kill. Teleports are going into the base. Death is matching that of Bulba, and the red turret is destroyed. The second one is going to be destroyed. Teleport comes in from Piano, but he's really low. They are going to get the second Nexus turret, and this is big pressure for Team Unknown.
Ulti is down from Mbessa. She's not going to go. Death is going to be doing as much as he can. The ulti comes back up in time. The big
gets
suppress.
The ultimate. Death goes down. Bulba pops him, but inhibitor. Oh, they do have the ring on the inhibitors. Oh, very good.
Yes, but Drake is coming up soon, so can't be looking at that for too long. If Team Unknown gets this, and that's soul for them, and they could.
I think they just get it.
Yeah,
8 seconds until Mackles is here. They just have to like they need to come and fight it, but there's no way they can stop it. At least not in time. There is no jungler for Team Unknown here. He's on the way. Piano Bro wants to go in. He gets lots of shields. Do they have the damage? Call of the Forge God is here. Kodo Draco needs to get hit. He gets the knock up on the Piano Bro. Young Cookie is in with the Inferno Trigger. Picks up 1 kill. Knocked out of it. Shad is going to die next. Realm Warp is coming in. Never mind. Shad is still alive. Another Inferno Trigger. And I stand corrected. Royal Blue stop the dragon with a triple kill on Young Cookie.
Go to base. Oh my gosh, the back and forth is insane. As soon as it looks like they're going to end the game, then here they are, back onto the soul point themselves, being able to get the ultimate off for the Samira. What an incredible, my dog is freaking out with how excited I'm getting. Like what a game this is so far. They're gonna go for Baron. Ezreal's alive, y'all. Ezreal just needs to ulti the Baron, and that is a dead.
Oh my, Young Cookie has 14 health. And there was no one there to tank. Mackles also has to back up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is tragic. This is back and forth on a scale that we have not seen in a long time. Being able to push them out, be able to get that victory, and what did they get for it? Doesn't look like that much. And now remember, we do have the change that not only do inhibitors respawn, but now also the Nexus turrets will respawn, but they don't respond for 3 minutes. So that is a little bit less than Drake or anything like that. So they're still fairly exposed. They can't extend away from their base too far. There's no wards in the base, so it's not like they can teleport in. And teleports have been mostly, actually, it was just the Ezreal who teleported. So Kodo Draco could teleport into the base if they do so. We got forming the death ball, walking in, and Bessa is out of place. She needs to get back as quickly as possible. Doesn't have teleport. They're looking for the fight. We're seeing the recall for the Bessa. Everything is
all available. They've got the inhibitor in their sights. Kiroro stands forward, takes the first few shots. Jungle Cookie might be in trouble. Sorry, Young Cookie. Jung just means jungle to me, I guess. Shad will get hit with the True Shot Barrage. In comes the Call of the Forge God. Knock up on the Shad. The Nexus turrets are back up, but the exposed inhibitor is the next target, and Team Unknown take 2 inhibitors for the 3rd time this game. Bossman Jack goes after Mackles. Shad wants to land the ult. He does get the depth charge. Mackles goes in and assassinates him half an inch away from the Cosmic Radiance. Young Cookie goes down. Piano Bar goes in. Kiroro is low, but he is still alive, but only just. In goes Piano Bar trying to do a little bit more. Calavera goes into the Zhonya's trying to deal the damage and stay alive that he can. He can't, and Kodo Draco is the only member of Team Unknown alive. Royal Blue defend their base again.
Oh my gosh. Every time it looks like, okay, here we are calling the dogs. Team Unknown is going to just close it out. No, their death ball was answered by a team comp that should not have as much of a team fight ability as they do. Going to be trying Baron again. Unfortunately, Ezreal will not respawn in time for this. This is the time that Royal Blue is going to be turning things around with the Baron buff.
It has to be. They have to push against the super waves that are still pouring into their base, and these team fights are so close, right? Especially with the double soul point. That's going to be our big play. One of these teams is going to win at the soul unless Team Unknown says, you know what, have the soul, and they just go take the Nexus. There are so many different ways that this can go, and it's exciting.
Yes, the factors in going in to decide to go to Drake or not is huge. One big thing in all these team fights is that Death has been caught out fairly early in all of these fights and hasn't been able to close out the big damage. Most of the team fights that have gone the way of Team Unknown has been because of this. Evelyn going to be looking for a cheeky kill.
Should be strong enough. He had to flash. Calavera flashed. That's a big deal when you're looking at how late in the game we are.
Yeah, that might not have enough time to yeah, so Mackles is taking the damage, but has the passive to come back.
In some trouble. Call of the Forge God will stop the engage. Young Cookie wants to go in. Brianna teleports to the fight.
Oh, no
kill yet, but 40 seconds.
Oh man, they're completely surrounded, but is that the worst thing that could happen? Look at all those shrooms that are coming in. Timo knows exactly what is coming next. All those shrooms were just revealed by the Scry Bloom. So they should be able to walk around them just fine as long as they don't step on it.
Shad does get hit. Young Cookie on the back is trying to do some damage. Mackles got hit with a shroom as well. Flash forward onto the Dazzle. They have the damage. Death gets the kill onto Mackles. Almost kill onto Shad as well. Cosmic Radiance does not make it. Inferno Trigger kills them all. Kodo Draco is the last one alive. He will go down as well, and that's an ace for Royal Blue. They're stopped on yet another mushroom. Young Cookie almost dies because of the burn damage. Super Minion goes up and gets a hit down to 80 health, has to block it. Young Cookie is still alive, and they have to push. They do have the Baron buff, and this might be the final shove from Royal Blue.
Y'all, I don't think they get enough for this. I think the call should have been Soul to be able to win the next team fight. They have about 20 seconds enough, and I just don't think it's enough to close out the game. They're risking everything on this last team fight as only 3 people. They're not going to be able to get the response. If this is enough to take down the turret, it might be enough.
Kiroro is here. 7 seconds, 5 seconds, in fact, for death. They have Young Comp. They have the damage because Samira is still alive. After 41 minutes and 72 kills, Royal Blue Esports take the January tournament in spectacular fashion.